Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome to the Mothership. So, I just wanted to say a couple words about Sophia Charles. Man, that lady has heart. She has more heart than anyone I've ever seen. That lady has heart, man. And honestly, I've never once even had anyone else support me the way that she has supported me. And she doesn't even know me, man. So I just want to say off top, like, shout out to Sophia because she's an example to everyone. And she had to carry a lot. She had to carry a lot, man. So, just a shout out to you, Sophia. And let's see what energies we have today. So we're starting with the Seven of Pentacles, Desire Reversed, and the Moon. So this is some of you trying to get into mission, and there's something that's not quite in your awareness yet. It might still be buried in your subconscious. So I'm being drawn to the High Priestess card for a second, which is not actually here, but it's reflected in the moon. So there's a message to especially the feminine aspect of us all, to really get into that receptive mode. Yes, balancing your emotions, but that's more surface level stuff. It's beyond balancing even the duality. Earlier I was getting that we have some things coming up that have to do with Sirius. If you're not familiar with the dog star Sirius, ABC, these are the ABCs we should be learning, folks. So some of this is coming up, and it has a lot to do with duality and polarity. And you really have to look into what has happened before, though, to understand how duality is tied to even your own DNA. So there's a message within the moon card about stepping out of duality and also using your intuition as a guide. Like, you can't just talk about using your intuition, you have to actually use it. It's not a theory, is what I'm being told. And it's not a theory, guys. So let's see what we have for Divine Feminine. We have the Ten of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups reversed, we have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands reversed. So essentially the Divine Feminine is trying to make decisions, trying to put down burdens. Some of you are actually cutting people off or experiencing blocked communication. So with this, it's important not to block your communication with your higher self and your higher aspect though. But there is a fresh start in your love and passion for yourself and for other people. And I'm hearing there's a disintegration of times past. So many of us went through a tower moment and some transformation recently. I say us, meaning the divine feminine aspects. And I'm hearing a severe need to get in touch with your roots. This is not like just thinking about it, or I'm sorry, I'm getting so many layers of information. I'm hearing the word lollygag. I don't know if some of you use that word, but don't lollygag. This information is coming to you right now for a reason. Get in touch with your roots. Get in touch with these higher aspects of yourself. Listen to what your ancestors are telling you, because they have some of the keys that are going to open up the doorways in your own DNA. And also, there's a lot to understand about who you really are when you trace your DNA and your lineage backwards and forwards through time. So I want to move on from that for a moment. We're going to look at the divine masculine aspect. We have Nine of Swords reversed. We have Ten of Swords. We have Healing, Abundance reversed, Prince of Cups, Two of Wands reversed. So we have some mirroring, especially with the decision-making processes between the feminine and masculine aspects. There is healing available for the masculine aspect, even though there's been a lot of mental anguish and self-imprisonment. I say self-imprisonment because sometimes when we view things with our mind, with our logical, linear way of looking at things, and we kind of miss the spiritual lesson in it, it can be experienced in a more directly painful way. And for some, actually, this pain is, actually, I'm hearing so many things. I'm hearing 1, it can be an addiction. 2, it can be self-sabotage. 3, it can be not only self-sabotaging, but it can sabotage others as well. And this is just an imbalance within the masculine polarity. So when we look within ourselves and we begin to balance this out within ourselves, that's the aspect that we will see reflected back to us in the physical world. There's so many layers coming through the information. I can't really speak fast enough to get it all out, but I'm doing my best here. So again, with this Ten of Swords, the other message about the pain is sometimes that's what people are used to, like conditioned through and taught through. So the pain is something that can be used to find those deeper lessons within the self. And it doesn't always have to be like that, but that's what's happening right now. There is some lack mentality, and that directly is relating to self-worth, and maybe even being taught as a child what worth is and what worth is based on. So those are some key points. What worth is based on. Write it down if you need to. What worth is based on. And you were probably given this model not only through your culture, but your family upbringing, and also it directly affects your ability to manifest your desires, and it affects especially your divine masculine aspect within yourself and all of your relationships with men, fathers, sons, all that type of stuff. And I'm given another message here through the healing card. This is a time of cleansing, not only transformation and healing, but the cleansing process itself is a really magical time when you step through this doorway of this pain attribute and really open up to your inner self and your inner vulnerability. So don't miss that part. Go into that part. All right, that was a little bit long, but I felt like that needed to come out. Let's get a few more cards on the table. For the divine masculine aspect, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Cups reversed, the Hierophant. So this is coming into balance and harmony with oneself after this process. But first you got to get your feet under you. You can't just expect to be there overnight. You actually have to go through these things. You have to go into your pain. You have to walk through those doorways and find that healing within yourself. And when you're doing this process, things will show up for you that will help you in this healing. That's part of the trusting aspect. Hold on one second. I'm being told just to move on to the Hierophant. This is about shining your light from your inner knowing, as well as knowing, just pretty much knowing your shit. What that means is you've done the work on yourself, you understand where you've been, you understand why things are happening, and you have that like comprehension. You also understand the world around you and what has been an influence and what you will never be influenced by. So it's really having that total wisdom and understanding, and shining that beacon, having that self-illumination. Let's see what else we have for the divine feminine aspect. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Actually, I'm hearing this is more of a challenge. I wanted to say warning, but I'm hearing challenge, because when we get a challenge, it's more like a test. It's like, don't be nostalgic. Don't go back into that same place that you used to resonate in, even though it's your comfort zone. This is something that you've already kind of like passed the test on. You will get your financial stability. So don't do the pity party, the victim mentality. All that stuff is already in the past. You already worked through that. This might be a select group of people who are getting to this point, but it's ultimately your choice. You can always choose in every moment where you want to set your vibe, where you want to put your frequency, what you want to attract. So when we begin to work through those layers of the subconscious programming and release those, we can have more control over where we set that. It's our inner magnetism. So let's get a few guidance cards. So we're getting the infinite supply. And this is coming in the divine masculine aspect. So this is just the knowing, when you get to that place of trust, knowing that you will be supported. I'm seeing the whale's tail on this card, the whale is going to move you out of toxicity. It's not going to be pleasant, but they aren't going to let you drown. That's the short version. So you have to have trust, and you have to know how to follow that trust into the unknown, into the depths, and know that you'll have a positive outcome. And we have Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think. Sometimes when we're moving through transformation work, we have that place of vulnerability within us, and this is a strength. There's another message here of connecting with your sun codes, your higher light codes, upgrading your light body, things of that nature. So maybe some of you are doing that. But you have all the support that you need, and you can pull on that inner strength within you. You have inner courage. You've been through all of these things in your life for a reason, so that you could build up that strength. And it takes time and experience to build spiritual wisdom to where you can draw from it. And on the divine feminine aspect, there is the Guardian card. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. There's no need to go into fear. There's no need to retaliate or protect, because you already have this protection. And you've had it since the moment of your birth. You've had it before then. You've had it since the dawn of time, is what I'm hearing. Because this is your mission. And this is something that I need to repeat. When you step onto the path of your mission, okay, and you're walking that path in trust, you have to actually have that trust. You will be protected. There's no need to worry.